Something big is happening in America. It's not a slow drift. It's a massive migration, a reshuffling of the population unlike anything we've seen in decades. Families are packing up, selling their homes, and heading towards cities that, just a few years ago, most people couldn't even point to on a map. But why? What's pulling millions of Americans out of iconic cities like Los Angeles, New York, and San Francisco and into places like Boise, Austin, or Tampa? This isn't just about moving. It's about the search for a new American dream. This is the story of America's fastest-growing housing markets, the new boomtowns that are reshaping how and where we live. It all started quietly at first. A few people, fed up with paying $4,000 a month for a tiny one-bedroom apartment, decided to leave the expensive coastal cities. But then the pandemic hit. Suddenly, millions realized they could work from anywhere, and anywhere no longer had to mean downtown. It meant space, sunshine, a backyard. It meant affordability. According to U.S. Census data, over 8.2 million people moved to a different county during the pandemic years. And they weren't flocking to the usual suspects. They went south. They went west. They went smaller. The result? A complete redrawing of the American housing map. So, let's talk about the cities leading this charge, the fastest-growing housing markets in America. First up, Austin, Texas. For years, Austin was known as a quirky college town with great tacos and even better music. Today, it's the poster child of modern migration. Tech giants like Tesla, Oracle, and Apple have set up massive campuses here, bringing a flood of high-paying jobs. Home prices in Austin doubled between 2015 and 2022, and while things have cooled slightly, the demand hasn't disappeared. People aren't just moving to Austin. They're building entire communities around it. Suburbs like Round Rock, Pflugerville, and Leander are exploding. Austin has transformed from a city into a phenomenon. Next, let's head to the Sunshine State and look at Tampa, Florida. Tampa has become another powerful magnet for movers. It boasts no state income tax, warm weather year-round, and access to beaches that look like they belong on a postcard. But what really sets Tampa apart is its balance. Compared to Miami, homes are more affordable. Job growth is strong, and there's a massive influx of young professionals. In 2024, Tampa ranked among the top U.S. cities for inbound moves. Real estate investors have a name for it: the Florida Gold Rush. Now, let's go to a place that might surprise you. Boise, Idaho. If you had told someone 10 years ago that Boise would become one of the hottest housing markets in America, they would have laughed. But Boise's growth story is almost cinematic. It's a tale of small-town charm meeting a West Coast exodus. Californians, fleeing high costs and crowded cities, found a refuge here. This influx doubled home values in less than 5 years. Today, Boise stands as a symbol of the new American dream: affordable, clean, safe, and surrounded by nature. Then there's Raleigh and Durham, North Carolina. The Research Triangle is booming. An incredible number of jobs in tech, biotech, and healthcare are flooding the area, drawing top talent from both coasts. It is one of the few regions where strong job growth and home affordability still manage to coexist for now. Developers are working around the clock, but they can't build fast enough. You'll see entire subdivisions pop up out of farmland almost overnight. Locals joke that every open field is just future apartments, and honestly, they're not wrong. Finally, we have Nashville, Tennessee. Music City is now also Money City. With low taxes, business-friendly regulations, and a vibrant cultural scene, Nashville has become irresistible to both corporations and homebuyers. Between 2010 and 2024, Nashville's population grew by over 20%. That kind of growth brings its own set of challenges. Traffic, urban sprawl, and rising rents are becoming major issues. But despite the growing pains, the city's rhythm hasn't slowed down. It's just changed its tune. So, what's really driving this incredible surge? It's not just about finding cheaper housing. It's a perfect storm of factors all converging at once. First and foremost, remote work has been a game changer. When people can live anywhere, they start choosing lifestyle over location. Why stay in a cramped, expensive city when you can have a home office with a view? Second is the cost of living. Americans are simply tired of paying a premium for shrinking urban spaces. The dream of homeownership fell out of reach in major cities, so they started looking elsewhere. Third, taxes. States like Florida, Texas, and Tennessee have no state income tax. For a high-earning remote worker, that's like getting a significant raise just by moving. It's a powerful financial incentive. Fourth, business relocations. When major companies like Tesla and Oracle move their headquarters, they don't just move an office. They ignite entire regional housing booms. Employees follow, and a whole ecosystem of services and suppliers springs up around them. And finally, you can't discount the simple appeal of climate and lifestyle. Sunshine sells. The desire for outdoor living, warmer climates, and a more relaxed pace of life is a major magnet pulling people southward and inland. But let's not get carried away and romanticize this whole movement. Every boom comes with a cost, and this one is no different. In Austin, home prices skyrocketed so fast that many longtime locals were priced out of their own neighborhoods. They couldn't keep up with the bidding wars and soaring property taxes. In Boise, you hear heartbreaking stories from lifelong residents who say their own kids can't afford to buy a home in the city where they grew up. The dream that drew so many newcomers has become a nightmare for some who were already there. In Tampa, the dream of a sunny paradise is being threatened by the rising costs of reality. Insurance premiums are climbing due to the increasing risk of hurricanes and flooding, adding a hidden cost to that coastal lifestyle. Growth brings opportunity, but it also creates inequality. We're seeing a new kind of divide emerge in America, not just between the rich and the poor, but between the mobile and the stuck. Those who have the flexibility and resources to move, do. Those who don't, for whatever reason, get left behind to deal with the consequences of the boom. So what happens next? Where is this all heading? Experts predict that this migration southward and inland will continue. The next frontier may not be the Austins or Nashvilles of today, but the mid-sized cities that are just starting to appear on the radar, places like Greenville, South Carolina, Huntsville, Alabama, and Des Moines, Iowa. Developers are already betting on it. Billions of dollars are being poured into building new infrastructure, data centers, and sprawling suburban mega-developments in these up-and-coming areas. We might be witnessing the birth of a new kind of America, one that is more decentralized, more suburban, and powered by technology. But as we watch this unfold, there is a big question lingering in the air. Are we truly chasing affordability and a better life? Or are we just running from the problems of traffic, high costs, and inequality that we created in the last generation of boomtowns, only to repeat them somewhere new? The story of America has always been a story of movement. From the gold rush that built the West, to the rise of the suburbs after World War II, to the flocking to coastal cities in the tech age, and now a return back inland. Every generation redraws the map, seeking its own version of prosperity and happiness. And right now, that map is changing faster than ever before. So whether you re-watching this from a high-rise apartment downtown or from a newly built cul-de-sac in Texas, remember this. The next great American city might be rising right now in a place you've never even heard of. Because the future of the housing market isn't just about houses. It's about where America goes next. Thanks for watching. If you found this interesting, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more stories about the forces shaping our world. See you next time.